Hey, I know I've been doing a lot of videos with ways to make stone flooring and maybe even some walls. And here's yet another one. It's ways that you can salvage some of your materials from one craft and port them to the next. One thing that I do is I make terrain utilizing molds. Some are Hearst, some are made myself, and some I've just gotten from other places. Make things like this. I believe in keeping everything hyper modular. So that's small bulkhead piece, little pipe pieces. I've got more, but I don't have more hand. I use foam board as a basing material. Now, what happens is that when you're cutting out and trimming these pieces, you're left with a lot of offcuts, a lot of very thin offcuts that aren't really good for anything. Many people who used foam board as a basing material kind of already know what I'm talking about. Left with a lot of cuts that look like this. You know, some are thicker than others. I could reuse this somewhere. But this, there's not much I can get out of this, right? Well, I was thinking, after making the fun foam brick video, where we made little tiles like these, I thought, why not do the same thing with the offcuts? It's a way to make sure you're salvaging everything from your materials and getting a nice look. Salvage those offcuts and create stuff for other things, like this. All I did was take offcuts like this and just chop them down to rough brick shapes and glue them onto some cardstock. That's all it took. A nice thing is if you're making not necessarily modern, but more Victorian age or medieval, where they use the bricks, you would think they get varying heights. Here, you do get the varying heights. I don't know if you can tell. Let's try to help you be able to see it. The bricks have varying heights. And you could add texture the same way you add texture anywhere else. You could carve cracks into them with, you know, pointy object. See that crack I put in? It's just like carving foam any other way. Another good thing you could do with this is spray it with some primer. Dust it up, let it melt into the foam. You know, get nice little pit marks in. If you got a low wall or a road going over a hill, or, you know, undulating terrain, it doesn't really matter. But you have something you can use simply by saving your offcuts. And yeah, there you go. So remember, save your offcuts, keep cool, and get your craft done. Peace. And that's the noisemaker coming in. Say hello, noisemaker.
Hello, noisemaker. You make a noise. Yes, okay.